What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? We back. Hey, today I've been tired. Tired. Last night I did not go to bed early at all. I have a problem with that. I stay up doing all kinds of things. It seems like there's always something to do. I'm not one of them people who have a fear of missing out. What I'm saying is, I be feeling like I have a fear of not getting something done. I'm saying that's the key to having fun. Hey, so today I want to talk about a few things, but I think the main focus. How you doing? Hello, hello, hello. I think what I'm gonna be talking about today is happiness and where the control lies on that one. Like, who is responsible for your happiness? And I believe that that's the reason why I stay up at night. Why I believe I'm in control of my happiness. I don't believe that it lies with anyone else. I am saying when I drop the ball on something in my life, that is when I am the least happy with myself. If I acknowledge that the things that I need to do rely on me, um, let's go from the beginning here. Yeah, we're gonna get into this happiness, but I'm gonna talk about a few things. One, like I said yesterday, I run a checklist on my life, things that I make sure that I do. And at the beginning of each month, there are things that I do. And yesterday I said number one thing was I changed my air filters. Well, I did not change my air filters at the barbershop yesterday, even though I did work yesterday. Well, I also worked today. And today I made sure to change that air filter at the barbershop. So if you missed yesterday's, what I'm trying to tell you is make sure you properly maintain the things in your life. I don't care what it is, your equipment, the people that you say you love. And also today we're talking about maintaining ourselves. One thing that I think is very important is that you do what is necessary for you to always show up as the best person you can be. And so I'm saying we on day 2, November 2nd. And also with that being said, let's go into my Trello right quick. I guess I should hit a screen share first. Let's do that. Screen share and let's see, because I did put some slides or some photos together, but we're getting better at this. That's what we're here for. So for today, let's go into November 2nd. And here's the first thing that I want everybody out. This was something that was shared to me. It says, remember, let me go ahead and change my view on this. Remember that tonight is the night that if you are local, tonight is the night that the clocks fall back. So make sure you set your clocks back tonight. And that way you'll be on time to wherever you need to go tomorrow, which for me, that is church. So I want to go ahead and put this out there. Fall back tonight. Go ahead and put your clocks back. This is my reminder for me as well as for everybody who's watching. Most of my clocks set back on their own because um, they are like cell phones and computers and things like that. They just do this on their own. But make sure you set your clocks back. Please do that. Now, what I was saying for today was it is our responsibility, each individual's responsibility to find your own happiness. Uh, I follow a lot of dating content. I follow a lot of relationship content. One of my clients who came in today, he also referred to me and told me that my relationship video was one that hit home for him as well. So that was 2 people who said that that hit home. One is married and one is single. And I'm saying that I understand from following this kind of content that um, it's important. One thing that I will say is uh, watching social media, it makes it hard to keep a positive mindset. It seems like a lot of people turn to social media when they want to express their negativity or uh like like what does it say? Misery loves company. And people seem to go to social media to find other people who are like them. And when it comes to relationship content and things like that, the easiest thing to find is negative comments. It's hard to find positivity in relationship talk. And I'm talking about both sides. Like uh people who are in relationships and people who aren't. People who aren't in relationships, they seem to talk about it as if it's not something that I want. I don't care about being single. It's like, well, why do you comment it if you don't care? It's easy to say what you don't care about, but it's hard for people to say what they do care about. I am here to talk about happiness because I think happiness is a solo sport. It is not something that depends on someone else. It's something that depends on how you feel about you. Oh, we got an update coming through. I'm sorry for hearing all the noise. But happiness is a solo sport. I believe that until you can find happiness within yourself, it is hard to bring happiness or be happy with someone else. And if you're an unhappy person, there are some things that I feel you can do. I did not get a list, but taking care of yourself is important. I'm saying you have to find time to better yourself. I did not write down a list, so we're just going to run through some things that I'm coming up off the top of my head. You have to find time to better yourself, whether that's spiritual, mentally, physically, um, financially. Like if you do things like get up every single day with the purpose of attacking your happiness, what makes you happy? Now, I'm not saying you can't think about others. I'm saying if thinking about others makes you happy, that is fine. But don't think about others with the intent that they should then in return, like, don't do something expecting something, because if you do that, you are setting your happiness up for failure. What do I mean? If you wake up and your first thought is, oh, I'm going to go do something to make someone else happy, so in return, that action will make me happy, then if they don't respond the way that you want, does that then affect your happiness? I'm saying if you want to do something for others to make yourself happy, then you should be happy with just the action of what you did, not the I did this for you thinking it was going to make me happy. And so why didn't you make me happy in return? No, that's not how it works. I'm saying start trying to be a better you. If, how can I put this without seeming harsh? I'm saying every day I get up and I try to make myself the best version of me. That doesn't relate to anybody externally. Like what I'm saying is, I'm happy to know that everyone around me is healthy. But if someone around me wakes up unhappy, that does not change how I am happy. Now, external people can make you sad. What I say is do as much as you possibly can to remove yourself from negative people. I'm not telling you to leave if you have a negative person in your life. What I'm saying is restrict how much energy and effect they have over your life. For a lot of men, myself being one, that is why I have a man cave, because this is a place where I can come and can control my environment. Nobody walks in and says, oh, this room is a mess. What I'm saying is, if I feel comfortable with it being a mess, it's allowed to be. I'm saying if you have basically negative energy around you, do your best to control what you can control, because that is all you have control over. I say do something to clear your mind. Exercise is a great way to make yourself feel better. A lot of people want to see instant results, and I'm saying anything worth having takes time. Nothing worth having comes immediately. Even if you daggone order something off of Amazon, it take time for it to get to your house. And you have to be okay with waiting out that time. And a lot of people in today's society live in a popcorn society, so they want everything now. And I think when you don't get the result that you want instantly, that also affects somebody's happiness. Let's just be clear. I'm talking only about happiness. And happiness is something that is temporary. It is fleeting. It doesn't last long. Happiness comes and goes. Joy is the thing that is the most consistent in life. Joy is something, once you achieve happiness on a consistent basis, now you're moving into the realm of joy. You are setting up your life and structuring your life so that happiness is something that you have more control over and more. Um, I don't know. I'm saying the things that I do to control my happiness, which I say I strive more for a joyful state. I make sure that I work on my physical. I get out, I get exercise on a regular basis. At a minimum, like I said, I swim 3 days a week, but I am going for walks. I have a dog to take for a walk. I go for hikes even before I had a dog. I go for hikes less now because recovering from surgery, but I do things like that to make sure that I am taking care of me. I stay in my thoughts to make sure that I am thinking clearly and correctly. That is why I use Trello, which this is what we're in right now. I find things that I am interested in, even if no one else is interested in them. Can you find things that you're interested in and it doesn't matter if anybody else is interested in it as well? You're okay sitting in that space? I have plenty of those things. Matter of fact, I probably have too many of those things because it becomes hard to do and enjoy them all. Matter of fact, let's go through one. Can I hit? There we go. So, this is one of the things that I enjoy doing, and no one else in my family or friendship zone enjoys doing. This is something that I do for me, my uh, basil, just something I have in my office. I get joy just out of seeing it. The reason why I did this is because one thing that I know about myself, when the winter months come or the fall comes, there's less for me to do outside. It's harder for me to see things of green, and I love seeing green. So I this is the first year that I took outside and I brought it indoors. And it required me to do a little research, but I have now done it. And this is one of the things that I have done. And I took a couple photos. This is a strawberry plant. I will be putting it outside. But basically, I'm not sitting here trying to tell you that's another strawberry plant about all the different plants and things that I have in my office. I'm saying you have to find things that bring you joy. This live stream is something that brings me joy. It doesn't so much help with my happiness, but it does help me with my joy because over time, I get to see how I help others. Like today, I said another individual came in and told me how my relationship video hit home for them. Now I said they're single and the other person was married, and both people found value in that. Come on now, you ain't gonna be sitting here doing this all night. So I have this phone open because it is the easiest source of me using a calculator. And I just did an update on it, and now it's going crazy with updates because I never use this device. It's just an old phone that I wanted to use for a calculator. So what I'm talking about, this was just a photo of the best tray of basil that I have. It is all from cuttings and or something I grew from seed. Why is it still doing it? And I just turned off the volume. Please don't do this all day. Please do not. I just got done with an update. I don't like hearing beeping over and over. Um, I don't know how to stop it either. I just turned down the volume and it still is not working. I don't want you either. Is there anything else? Here we go. Notification volume. There we go. There we go. All right. So maybe I just stopped it just then. I hope I did. Anyway, uh, the reason I came up with this topic today is because I was looking at a comment and a young lady said that she was talking to a married friend, and her married friend, they were talking about was she happy being single, and she was saying that she was happy being single. And then he said, well, what do you do for sex? How many toys do you have? And she felt so bad about it. And I'm sorry if I'm talking about something that is hard for some people to think about, but it's one of those things. She said how bad she felt in that moment. And it's like, why do you feel bad if you're saying that you're happy? And those kind of like contradict each other because somebody should not be able to steal your joy so easily. Well, here it is. But that is why I say happiness is fleeting, because happiness is something that can be taken away in an instant. Like 1 minute you're happy, the next minute you're not. And that's not like bipolar, What I'm saying is, to me, joy is the thing that is consistent. I find joy in helping others. I find joy in finding things that I can maintain and do by myself. Um, and there's proof of me changing the air filter at the barbershop. I find happiness in taking care of my responsibilities, which I said that I normally pay all my bills on the first of every month, or the first Monday of every month. That's normally when I do my bills. But last night I was up, I was sitting around doing, I'm not gonna say doing nothing. I was handling my business as far as I'm concerned. And I was doing my budget, which I said one day I'm going to show how I do my budget. But while I was doing my budget, I went ahead and took care of all my bills last night as well. So we now have that out the way for the month. But I still will be checking and doing my budgeting and my bills, checking what I have to do on Mondays. But keeping up with checklists and things that I have in my life on a routine basis, that is what keeps me happy. It gives me something to focus on so that I don't focus on things that are not going right in my life. But by getting the things that are important to me out my way, it gives me an ability to shift my focus towards the things that are not going the way that I want them to. And I love coming up with plans of attack or plans of action on how I am going to make things that are not going right in my life go better. And when you attack things, see, a lot of people use avoidance. And when you avoid issues that you have going on in your life, you are more likely to end up in a state where happiness is fleeting. And what I'm saying is, when things aren't going right, it makes it hard for you to continue in a state of happiness. So these are the things that I do. I make little checklists and I have routine days in my life. Monday is my day. Monday is the day where I do everything for me. And what I mean is, it's a day where I'm not working in the barbershop. Uh, Normally, kids are at school on Mondays, and it gives me the ability to go through and do everything that I need to do. So I try to come up with checklists so that I don't forget anything. Like now, when I say Monday is for me, it's not like a day where I can be irresponsible. I am a very responsible person. So Monday is the day where I handle all the things that I need to do. I make time for me, and Monday is a me day. I take care of my yard work. I take care of my responsibilities. Like I'm off that day. So it's the day that I can go and do things. I used to do like cleaning at the barbershop on Mondays, and that took up a lot of my time. So I have since delegated that out to someone else. Basically, I got a cleaning service to come in. They come in every Monday. They take that responsibility off my hand. One thing that I enjoy doing is finding things that I can give to others for me not to be so worried about. And that also, especially when you find reliable people to help out in certain areas. Some people don't want to spend money on certain things because they're thinking that they're saving themselves money. But the one thing that is more valuable, and most people don't understand this, the one thing that is more valuable than money is time. And if used correctly, money is nothing more than a tool that helps you buy back your time. My client today, who was sitting in the chair, he was telling me today, he said, you know, it was like what you were talking about when you raised your prices on haircuts. Some people are going to stay and some people are going to leave. And it is true. When I raised my prices for haircuts, a lot of my clients, not a lot, some of my clients left. We're going to be talking about two of my clients today. Some of my clients left. But what it did was it made it so I made more time for myself. I don't have to work nearly as hard because I achieved the same amount of, I'll give out what I do for money. I equate all my time at $30 an hour. That is all time, sleeping and awake. I'm not saying that I am there yet. What I'm saying is that is what I strive for. It doesn't matter what the economy does or anything like that. If you can get your time while you are working and your time while you are not working, to equate to whatever it is that you feel like it needs to be. Everybody is different. But what I'm saying is, I don't charge $30 an hour for a haircut. What I'm saying is, I try to equate. And how I have managed to do that in a helpful way is um, I use a booking app. That booking app, it people who book an appointment, they are required to put a deposit down before their appointment, and they're required to pay the rest after I finish the service. So with that app, it makes it so it seems like I am getting paid when I am at work and when I'm not at work. And that is a benefit to me, because then it gives you the ability. What I'm saying is, money is nothing more than a tool that allows you to buy back your time. If you can buy back some of your time, you can control more of your happiness. Let's say that again. If you can buy back more of your time, you can control more of your happiness. If you feel like you never have time to yourself, then I want you to think of ways that you can buy back some of your time. A lot of people have debt stealing time from them because it's stealing money from them. Most people don't look at debt as a bad thing, and I'm going to tell you why it is. Because you are paying someone else to utilize money that you do not have. You're saying, I want something before my time. And I kid you not, buyer's remorse is the number one way that most people steal from their happiness. It's not just about relationships. Relationships don't always add to happiness. I turned on TikTok, and this is what I mean about social media stealing your joy and your happiness. I turned on TikTok today, and TikTok was it stole some of my happiness. I watched it just came up. I did not ask for it, but toxic relationships came up, and it was a young man who kept filming his girlfriend because she kept having these fits of rage, and she did it in front of his child, and he even showed how traumatized his child was. I'm not going to show this because uh it was unhealthy on my spirit. I do a lot of work to um keep my spirit in check. One, that's why I have a service dog. Two, I have regular appointments with a mental health doctor to make sure that I am mentally healthy. I like to check in because I feel like, especially in a society today where I believe men, especially, I can't speak for women because I don't know what goes on in a woman's life or in a woman's head, but I understand what goes on within me. And that is one reason why I do what I do. It's like a mental health check-in for men, but I'm okay with all checking in. If women like this content, so be it. I like that. But what I'm saying is, I know that for me as a man, sometimes I might not always be thinking correctly. And with me spending the majority of my time by myself, even not as a single man, what I'm saying is, single people think that they're going to be better off if they were in a relationship. And what I'm saying is, no, it's not always going to work that way, because if you're an unstable person and you're in a relationship with an unstable person, you're probably going to have a more unstable life. And that's not going to lead to your happiness. You have to first learn how to control your own happiness and emotions. I work hard on that every single day. But the problem is, I have to work at it every single day. I can't expect anybody to do it for me. I'm saying my doctor understands, and I don't sugarcoat or hide anything. What I'm saying is, I'm sitting here sharing all of this with the world. I do not hide anything from anyone, because I'm saying, when you hide something, you only do yourself harm. If you sweep things under the rug, eventually you're going to trip over that spot when the rug gets high enough. If you don't work on your problems daily, that's why I tell people I look at my finances daily. I check myself out for health daily. I don't spend so much time in devices as I spend time working on my vices. I spend majority of my time checking me out, making sure I am healthy. And I don't concern myself with who's to the right and to the left of me, nor uh, how someone else shows up for my health or happiness. I'm saying I try to do something spiritually for myself daily. I try to do something mentally for myself daily. If I am not talking to my doctor, then I am writing down my own thoughts. That's why I do Trillo and I do 14 thoughts daily. Last night, I spent the majority of my thoughts thinking about and talking about my dog. One good thing about writing down your thoughts, if you can't figure out ways to buy back more of your time, I will give you one tip. If you write down your notes, you will find out how you think. And if you find out how you think and continue to do so writing, I'm saying one day, if you write enough, you will have enough to write a book. I have friends who've written books. And once you write a book and you publish it, you put it out for others to read, kind of like this content. This could be a book, but it's more like an audio book. If you like it, you're more than welcome to view. And I'm saying when you put it out for others to view, it comes back to you eventually in a beneficial way. My channel is now monetized. With it being monetized, I now have put out something that now is starting to compound in growth. The more content you get out, the more you give others a chance to find it. And then that comes back to you. Now, I'm not sitting here making it sound like I'm one of the YouTubers who's making millions. I'm not here for that. What I'm saying is, I just realized by doing something, something will come back to you. And if you put out negativity, that is what will come back to you. It's like a boomerang. It's like karma. Some people think about karma. What I'm saying is, if you be a good person, you will put out a good energy, and normally good energy will come back to you. Social media has this thing where it seems like it wants to feed me negativity. And when you listen to what I'm saying, I said social media wants to feed me negativity. And we say you are what you eat, but let's change that. It's not you are what you eat. I'm saying you are what you consume, because you don't just have to eat things to consume them. You consume what you see on social media. You consume what you see on TV. You consume the energy of those who you allow in your circle. If you consume shitty content, you're probably going to have a shitty attitude. If you think about what I'm saying, the reason why I do 14 thoughts daily is so I can see how many negative thoughts are in there. And then what I try to do is attack those negative thoughts. I attack those negative thoughts. I want you away. People say, I rebuke you. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is, I don't like negativity around me. I'm saying I fight it off as soon as I find out that it's found me. I'm saying, ooh, we ain't getting into that. It will try to drown me. Nah, nah, nah. On the top is where my crown be. Oh my goodness. Let's not get started. Hey, what I'm saying is, if you look for positivity, you will find it. You are in control of your life. Most people don't feel like they are. They feel like, oh, the world is coming at me. What I'm saying is, if you focus your life to be a proactive person, not a reactive person, you will find out being proactive means I attack things before it comes to me. They say people don't fail to plan. They just plan. Wait, people don't plan to fail. They just fail to plan. That is the correct thing to say. And what I'm saying is, I try to always feel like I have a plan. Even when I come on here, I have some notes. They're not as good as they could be, but what I'm saying is I just need to get on here and the rest will flow into place. Oh yeah. So what I'm saying is, I look for ways that I can be beneficial to others. And when you put out a positive energy, a lot of times that energy comes back to you. So I want to talk about, like I said, I run a chair in the barbershop, and this is why I love it. I can't do too many haircuts a day. I can't let too many people's energy affect my energy. But I love having certain energies show up, because iron sharpens iron. When you have someone who sits before you and they have a hard time dealing with their own energy, then it steals from your energy. But if you're strong enough, and this is what I mean, you have to be able to go out and replenish your energy. So if you're the type of person who gives to others a lot, you have to find some way to pour back into yourself. If you were a drink, a glass of water, and you constantly pour into other people's glass, what pours back into your glass? You have to have a water hole if there's no one around you that is stronger than you to pour back into your glass. Sometimes, as leaders, there's nowhere for you to turn to for your glass to be back filled. And uh, I feel as a man, I am the leader in my family. They look to me to always have it together. And sometimes I don't, but I can't portray that. I have to find a way to pull myself together. There is no pulling yourself up by your bootstraps. Like that really can't happen. You can't pull yourself up. But what you can do is put things and tools and people around you that you can that prove to be reliable, prove to be dependable. A lot of people keep people around them who are just in the same position as them, and then they don't have the answers. And it's like, where do you turn to if you don't have the answers? I get it. You can turn to the Bible, you can turn to God. Everybody's faith is not as strong. So then what do? You have to get people around you. I'm saying, I believe when I grew up, mental health issues were it was like, don't claim that, don't claim that. Don't. What I'm saying is, just because you don't claim something doesn't mean you don't have to deal with it. Let's talk about medical issues. A person who has diabetes, you don't have to claim it. You don't. You can avoid it. But if you don't do something about it, it's just going to get worse. That's what I'm talking about sweeping things under the rug. What I'm saying is mental health issues are something that if swept under the rug long enough, you will just explode because you have to do something about it. That's why I say if you have mental health issues, you go and see a mental health doctor. If you have physical issues, you go and you see a physical doctor. I'm saying if you have spiritual health issues, you go and you see a spiritual doctor. What I'm saying is that could be a pastor. It could just be going to church. It could be turning to the Bible. What I'm saying is it is better if you let someone who is a professional in that area help you out. Everybody can't go see a doctor. I get it. What I'm saying is, well, I'm not going to tell you to go online and look at those doctors. I'm not. I'm not. I say figure out a way to make it to see a doctor. And please let people who are professionals in the area at least guide you. Do not turn down their information. If I go to a car doctor, a mechanic, I like to take my vehicle to the professionals at least to get a checkup. If you're buying a new car, even used, I'm saying it's new to you, but I still consider that to be a new car. If you're buying a used car, first take it to someone and let them check it out before you invest in it. This will save you some unhappiness. Uh, what I'm saying is happiness is in our control. And I believe it's the perspective in which you take on life. If you think that life is going to be hard, hard is what life is going to be. If you think that life is going to be easy, it does not mean it's going to be easy. What I'm saying is it's going to be easier for that person. Being proactive over being reactive will help you greatly. People who are reactive to things, they spend more time picking up the pieces than someone who is proactive. If you buy a car without having it checked out first, then you're going to find out what problems the car has. You're just going to find out what problems the car has after you purchased it. That is a person who is reactive because that person is gonna be like, oh, they sold me a lemon. Oh, they didn't tell me this was wrong with it. Well, you had a little bit of control over that. Take it to a person who is not connected to the sale of that vehicle. Now you have the ability, after you find out what's wrong with it, to better negotiate your price. Like, hey, the brakes are bad. I'm going to have to get them done within the next 30 to 90 days. That's what the mechanic just told me. Can we negotiate some of that in the price? Now it's up to the person to say yes or no. And then after they say yes or no, it's up to you to decide whether you want to. But that is being proactive instead of reactive. It is something that now you have control over to find out if you want to move forward with that. What I'm saying is being proactive is like a wisdom, especially if you've encountered something before. Now, if you've encountered something before and you didn't learn from it, ignorance is bliss, but it's not, because you will learn. You're just going to always keep learning the hard way. I'm saying if you're not good with money, then take some money management classes. Instead of watching negative content on YouTube all the time or funny stuff to make you feel better in the moment, because what I'm saying is happiness is temporary. Joy is lasting. Money is temporary. Wealth is lasting. You get where I'm coming from? Friendships are temporary. God is lasting. I'm saying it's where you place your faith and where you place your thoughts. If you place your thoughts in temporary things, like I said, social media highs, like laughter on social media, it is a short, quick dopamine hit. It makes you feel good for a moment. Then you have to turn that device off and go to your life. If you spend too much time sending yourself into a joyful moment, you will let other things lapse. Look, I'm saying I have so many hobbies in my life, so many hobbies in my life that are, hold on, I got something about to die. I'm trying to save it. All I need is one charger. I got all these things magnetized to my desk so that I can charge things if I need to, and my phone is about to die and I'm using it for my comments. So there we go. We got it charging now. Everything else is charging on my desk. But where was I? Oh, if you're using little short hit things, I hope I wasn't just, oh, that was what I was using to charge. All right, stick that there. And then I have another one of those same bricks right here, and I just stick them to my desk. I use magnets for everything. This is my Apple TV remote, and I have a magnet on it so that boy don't get lost. And then I stick it to my desk. These are the type of things that I do so that I don't cause myself frustration. I'm saying I am a person who walks around almost looking for problems to deal with. And that is one reason why I don't sleep well at night. But I have other issues too. But that's why I tell people I'm not scared to share my issues. I feel like it is actually empowering when you lean into your issues instead of running from them. And a lot of people hide their issues from the world thinking that that's going to save them. And what I'm saying is, I don't care what the world thinks about me. I feel like I operate for an audience of one, and I can't get away from what he sees. He sees me at my best. He sees me at my worst. So then it doesn't make me feel so bad when you see me at my best or my worst. Let's move on. So I have a client who has just become a realtor, and he had a listing today. He came in, he got fresh in the chair because he had a little bit of he had an open house today. And what I'm saying is, I love encouraging people to get started on YouTube. I told him he needs to start taking some of these listings that he's open housing for and start sharing them, because people will be coming to the area and they will be looking for houses. And if he gets his name out there, then it might encourage people to go ahead and get him to be their realtor. He's a new realtor. Matter of fact, this young man has been with me for a long time, at least 8 to 9 years. I've been cutting his hair. He shares the same birthday as me. He always comes in the chair. He's always moving forward in a positive direction. It took him a while to get his realtor's license, but he did not give up on it. And now he is showing properties. And he recently sold his first home. I want to say that I am very proud of him. He's a 26-year-old young man. He's doing big things, even with all the challenges of how the stock market, or I said stock market, housing market is going. He is still pushing forward. And what I'm saying is, let's go back to StreamYard. I'm still learning all this stuff, y'all. So if you're new to this stream and I'm not moving very well through it, it's okay. I am new to this live streaming. I'm working on it. This is what I'm doing. I try to hit an hour every single night. I did not realize we've already been in here 40 minutes. I had a lot of stuff that I wanted to show. So here we go. I want to show, and I'm gonna let it show. Let's see how we do this here. This is what I had for today. And here we go. This is me showing what I do to help others.
One of my clients is a realtor, and he's showing this house today. And I told him I would come in and take a look and do a walk around, see what they have.
If you want to live in the Ohio area, here is one of my clients' listings right here.
He's going to open the house on it today. So I said
this was after I cut his hair, so y'all gonna get to see his freshness with my haircut when we get inside.
Flower bed garden, that's dope.
This is what I do to support people who support me. I do things to help them out because their support is helping me. I want him to get into YouTube so he can do this for himself. So as a good faith type thing, I shot his first video for him, and I will go and do more. This is just one of those listings, and
above it,
I thought it would be cool. Like I said, this is very nice. He sold his first house already, and he's working on selling more.
The deck area, I could do something like that with my area. And then they just got.
I like seeing what other people do because it also gives me ideas. Y'all see Pebbles sitting on the curb right there. You can't be seen in a minivan, kick rocks. That's how you make pebbles.
Let's take a walk inside and see what they got. Quite a few steps to get up.
So we are at 8176 Rollingwood Way.
And what style house is this? How many bedroom? How many bath?
This is a bi-level house, 3 bedrooms, 1.5 baths.
So this is the first video that I'm giving to him to upload on his YouTube channel, which I hope he decides to start.
Brand new windows installed, new garage doors installed.
This is important, because what I'm saying is,
top level.
If you are wondering how to make yourself better or to make yourself, like I said, happiness is when you do stuff to better you. Happiness comes from you doing things to encourage yourself. This is what he's doing.
Like a nice little dog area.
I'm not going to show this whole video.
That was dope.
What I'm saying is, this is what I encourage people to better themselves.
It's a big deck.
He took a chance and went into a market that
sliding glass.
I'm saying housing prices have gone up. They've even made changes to the realtor where now both realtors don't get paid. Only the selling realtor gets paid. Real estate is not an easy thing to do these days, but he's still taking that chance, that risk.
Nice cabinets.
Yes, big pantry.
Yep.
Big pantry. That's microwave, oven, fridge over here.
This is what some of the homes look like in the area in which I live and barber in.
Down the hall. There's a nice closet.
You got a closet.
Right,
if you're interested in moving to the Ohio, Cincinnati area, here is a realtor for
closet, like a pantry or like a. This would be like.
I got some video I'm also going to show of. I just found some old footage of what my yard looked like in 2000 before I got Penny. It don't look the same now, but I'll be showing that here in a little bit too. I got some drone footage, so you'll be able to see an aerial view of what my yard looks like. I'm really happy about my trails.
It's pretty big.
I want to get a new drone. I sold my drone.
How much space there is.
I'm gonna turn this down. Hold on. I'm gonna turn this down because I'm not really interested in selling the house. I'm gonna post the video and I'm gonna let him post the video. So if you want to see that video, you can. But basically, this is how I support those who support me. They tell me what they're doing, and I try to play an active part in their life. This is one of my clients, barber clients, and this is what he's doing. He was doing an open house today, and I told him I would come and support. I'm not looking to buy a house. I just did this to support him, and I want him to get a YouTube channel going so he can increase his revenue and his income. I do what I can to put into others, because I'm saying he's been with me a long time and he's been putting into me. So my business is a success because young men like him have continued to rock with me. So I encourage them to do the same for themselves. Better yourself every chance you get. Be proactive in your life, not reactive. You have to have a drive. You have to want things. And if you do, the work will come. Hey, how you doing? Hey, thanks for joining in. I appreciate it. But this is what I did after I got done working for the day. His open house was from 2 to 4. I told him I would make it out there, and this was me just trying to help, trying to give him something, trying to show him he can make an income off of just putting out YouTube videos of the properties that he's showing, and it will drive him people his way. I gave him this video today. I've since edited it, and I want to give this copy of it to him as well, but I have not done so yet. But this is the type of stuff that I do to make content for myself, which this is not the content people want to see on YouTube. Well, hold on, wait. This is the content people want to see on a realtor's page on YouTube. Not the kind of content people might want to see on my page, but that's not why I do YouTube. I do YouTube to be motivational to others. I do YouTube to show people what I go through in life as a encouragement that if you're going through similar things that I go through, you're not alone. I do YouTube because I'm saying, one, mental health issues are not something that are talked about, and I deal with them, and I don't mind sharing that. I don't, well, no, I share whatever the heck I feel like sharing. I don't do YouTube to be the biggest podcaster. I do YouTube to get to those who accept me for who I am, and those who can be encouraged to do for themselves and do better for themselves. And I don't worry about those who cannot. I try to be helpful because, like I said, the energy you put out is the energy you will receive back. I do things not expecting an outcome. Like, I don't expect him to do anything for me because I came out and shot a video for him of a property he's selling. What I'm saying is, I hope that he sees that I am an authentic person, which he's been with me, like I said, for 8 years. So he already knows I'm an authentic person. But once he hit the ground and he's got his business together, hey, I'm gonna support. What I'm saying is, when I get to the money to buy an investment property, he will be my realtor. I'm not there yet, but I'm saying because of him investing in my business, he is one of the people who is going to help me get there. And so this is how you do it, in my opinion. You help others without expecting something, and it will come back tenfold. I think even more than that, which that's what my other client from last night told me. That's what we're going to be talking about in church tomorrow. Tenfold, how to increase things by tenfold. And I will be bringing that as part of my information for tomorrow. Now, that was a property that I have nothing to do with. Now, let me show you a video of what my yard used to look like before Penny came along. How about that? Here it is right here. This is a little aerial view when I had a drone, which I will be getting another. You see how my lines look in my yard? Oh my goodness, I missed that. Now my fire pit is not there anymore. This is not currently what my yard looks like at all. Penny has since torn my yard apart. But with it being November, this is the month that I will be putting Penny into full effect. Let's get another better file. And this will show you more of what my entire yard looks like if I can find it. I also have a video that I want to share from President Obama, but let's see if this plays.
Home point has been updated. Please check it on.
All right. So here we go right here. Let's go. And let's see if I can. All right, so here we go. Can I do it? Okay, so this is my yard right here. These are my trails right here in the backyard. My trails, which they don't look like this anymore. This is 4 years ago, so I just found this footage and I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna show my yard." But all those are my trails, and um, I wasn't good at operating a drone, so that's probably why it doesn't look so good. Right there, that is my yard right there. It's like a pizza wedge. That whole area is my yard. All the lines and the wooded area. If you look at my neighbor's yard, my neighbor's the one who has a swimming pool. My yard goes back as far as his does. I have a better view of it somewhere. I just, like I said, at this time, I was not good at operating a drone. So let's see if I can pull up another one. Video file. I did not name these or anything like that, so I don't know which ones are good and which ones aren't. Let's see if this one's better. It's one that has like a perfect shot that I really enjoyed. All right, so let's see if this is the one. So that used to be a wildflower bed right there. It still is a wildflower bed, but I had to make it smaller because some of it was in my neighbor's yard. I did not realize that. I had to end up getting a property, like somebody to come out and check my property lines. But all of this area, this is all those trails right there. So I started building those trails. Well, I started probably in 2016, but once COVID happened, then I started going in, and when we got shut down, I started. So this is my yard right here. You'll see it. Hopefully, I get it good right here. But I started going and doing yard work in my yard 8 hours a day, nonstop while I was in COVID, and I made a ton of trails. A ton of trails. Let's see if I can find a better. Here we go. This is my whole yard right there. That is my entire yard from the wooded area all the way up to the back of my house right there. And I started working in my yard nonstop about, like I said, 8 hours a day, maybe more. And then this was before I got my tractor. This is before Penny. This is before the John Deere commercial, all that stuff. This is when I had a four-wheeler. That was it. So it was just me and a four-wheeler out there just cleaning up in the backyard. And I want it to be back like this, but right now, my yard is very much torn up. If I get another, which I will be, I'm planning on getting another drone here soon, and I will be shooting video of what it looks like now. I really am being encouraged to now, but this footage is probably about 4 years old now, and I'm saying even my house probably doesn't look like this now to video because my deck probably needs new paint or needs to be done. Something needs to be done to it. Things are falling apart faster than I can keep up with. And those are the type of things that I'm saying that will steal your joy. One thing that brings me happiness is being able to work in my yard. And that's what I mean. I love being outdoors. So this is what I do. I don't know why I'm going over my neighbor's yards, but there it is from the front. And the tree that's in my front yard, it has since been removed. And I had water sitting next to my house because both my neighbors' houses are higher than mine. So their water sloped down towards my yard, towards my foundation. And so the reason why I got my tractor was so that I can run the water away from my house. And so now my yard is torn up big time because I managed to get all the water away from my house, which was important because the foundation would have been ruined over time. And now I just have a torn up yard that it looks horrible because I can't smooth it out. I don't have the money to smooth it out. And it's not that I don't have the money to smooth it out. It's that I have moved my finances in a different direction. I'm trying to get my 6-month living expenses saved up, things like that. And so this was before the ducks. There's no duck yard. There's none of that stuff there now. But basically, after I hit my 6-month worth of living expenses, then I will go back to investing in some of the things that I like to do for fun. But for right now, My yard does not look anything like this. Only thing I've been doing is cutting the grass, and I have not even put my tractor in the shop because I am not ready to get it fixed. Right now, it has a recall on it, so I am not allowed to operate it. If someone was to get harmed or hurt, I couldn't even sell it right now because it's under warranty. If you have a John Deere 1025R made between 2017 or maybe it's 2019, and I can't remember, but there is a recall. I have the recall, but I don't know it right offhand. But anyway, this footage right here is just old footage that I found and I wanted to share because I love seeing my yard from the air, and I can't do it now. But I sold my, and this is what I'm trying to say. A lot of people are scared to take steps back in life. And I'm going to be honest with you. To get out of debt, I gave away my four-wheeler. I gave it away. That was me trying to be generous, and it was. My drone, I sold it to get out of debt. I sold my trailer to get out of debt. I sold a lot of things to get out of debt. I sold all my camera equipment to get out of debt. Everything you see me shooting with now is just cell phone footage. I used to have a bunch of photography equipment. I was trying to be a photographer, all this good stuff. And what I realized was I was spending money trying to chase something. And I'm gonna be honest, I never found happiness chasing it. I never found happiness chasing things with spending money. It actually brought me more stress. So I sold all my camera equipment, not all. I still have some, and I'm going to be selling that too because I don't have anything to use it with now because my real camera equipment is gone. But like my backdrops and lighting, I still have some of that because some stuff outdates. And that's the thing with electronics. Chasing happiness with electronics is fleeting because a new electronic device comes out every day. This old phone right here, it still works great, but it's not a phone that I use. I got another phone, but I still want to get a newer phone. Basically, my tractor, it is down right now, and I don't have any plans on getting it fixed currently. And the reason for that is because when you send it in for maintenance, maintenance is expensive. And I don't have it in my budget right now to do that. Now, what I'm saying is I have the money to do it, but it's not a budget item. So that gets put on the back burner. Basically, what I'm saying is one day I'm going to need a roof. And a person who's being reactive to the thought of a new roof, I'm glad I'm focused on that right now, is going to say, oh my goodness, I didn't know I was going to need a roof. What I'm saying is things that you're not prepared for are always going to happen. And that's why I encourage people to stop chasing things and start putting your, I don't know what to call it, a budget together. Start getting a 3 to 6 month worth of living expenses set aside. People are saying, oh, you can't do certain things in today's economy. What I'm saying is things are possible. You just have to sit down and figure out ways. You can't sit and let all your time go to your enjoyment. People say, oh, YOLO, you only live once. Yeah, have that thought process. That is a true statement. But only living once does not mean blow everything every minute of your life. You have to plan. You have to structure things. If you don't do that, you will constantly be setting yourself back. Work hard, play hard is a bad mentality. Bad. 1 + 1 is 2. But work hard, play hard is 1 - 1. I say work hard, work hard, work hard, work hard, play, but don't play hard. Don't take all of your money and your resources and waste them and put yourself back in a negative. Think of something that you can cut out of your life. Anything. Hey, I don't know what just happened, but I thank everybody who tuned in. This is the most people ever been watching it once, and we're about to get off of here. Ain't that funny? When we start talking money. Hey, well, what I'm saying is don't over enjoy thinking that tomorrow is going to be guaranteed to be perfect. You have to plan for things that are going to come because I can guarantee that a hardship is bound to come. A hardship is bound to come. And anybody who thinks that it's not, you're fooling yourself, and you will pay more for it when that hardship shows up. And what I'm saying is, if you turn to debt You are only saying you want to pay more for something later. That is all you're saying when you say you want to turn to debt. I am willing to pay more for it later. I am willing to have someone else give me something that I am not ready to have. And I'm saying that's not how it works, y'all. It works out better when you plan. And that's what I'm doing. That's why I don't have my tractor up and running right now. I will be bringing Penny back out eventually. But I have to get to my goals first. And that is what is most important to me. Hey, we made it through another hour. I'm going to be honest. This is not as hard as I thought it would be to do so. It might not be as entertaining as some people would like it to be. But what I'm saying is, that's not what I'm here for. I'm not the type of person who tries to entertain people to make them happy. What I'm saying is happiness is something I'm trying to say it is up to you to work on. What brings you happiness? What brings you joy? And I'm saying, please focus on the joy, because joy is the thing that is lasting. Happiness is the thing that is fleeting. It is a temporary feeling. And I try to set my life up so it has an uphill tick and to the right. Up and to the right. I do not like highs and lows. I don't like feeling joyful one moment and feeling sad the next. I do everything I can to stabilize my life out so that it always goes up. And I'm saying doing something for others without expecting a return is the way that you're going to find the most joy. Don't look for something in return when you do something. If you can do that, go and try and do something. You don't have to give money to be charitable. You can give time to be charitable. I guess money. My point is, money is not what is valuable. Time is what is valuable. Do everything you can to preserve your time. Everything you can to preserve your time, because that is the one thing in this world that is limited, no matter how much money you have. A person with all the money in the world cannot buy themselves more time. They can't buy another 100-year life. They can't. So what I'm saying is, please don't focus your happiness and your life around money. Focus it around time and find out what will bring you happiness. Hey, I was shooting for an hour. I hit that. I'm not going to stretch it because I'll just be beating a dead horse. And we don't like doing that. What I'm saying is, happiness is fleeting. Try to look for consistencies. And when you find those consistencies, you will find joy. And I'm saying, hey, much respect. This your boy. And we out. Hey, thank y'all for tuning in, for real. Much respect, much love.